Alright, shalom, shalom. Alright, back at you with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakakwadash, giving double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And yes, the house of David is rising. Checking out some of these clips here, the chariot clips. A chariot can be seen moving slowly above the clouds over the night skies of Mexico. Now I'm going to title this might be a sharp video. People are shook, or people are getting shook. Something is happening, people are getting shook, something to that effect. So let's check out some of these videos and clips, and let's hit some precepts after.
Eso no es un avión.
Sí, es. Un avión, coño.
¡Sara!
No es, cabrón, si no te hace ruido.
¡No, ¡ven a verlo! ¡Te paso foto!
Está haciendo ruido, güey. Ahí está. Es un avión, coño.
¿No es?
Sí, es de lucecita.
No mames, no es avión, ¿cómo es avión de tamaño, hijo de puta? No mames.
Sí, es altísimo, coño.
No, güey, no es avión, es madre. No chingues. El avión no tiene luz hacia los lados, coño.
Es por la, ¿cómo se llama?
Debería estar prendiendo azul y blanco, debería estar prendiendo rojo, coño.
Sí tiene color rojo, coño.
No tiene, coño.
Sí tiene, güey. Es un avión, coño.
Es una sola luz, no es una sola luz, güey.
Es un avión, coño.
Alright, man, you hear the screaming all the noise them I make? People are shook. Here's another quick one. People are getting shook. Woman is freaking out on what she is filming over her balcony window in Montreal, Canada.
Alright, the lights is off. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try to... What the fuck is going on right now? What? This is...
Yeah, man. Canada, is a real racist place, that. So the woman are freak out. What is going on? What is effing going on? The woman them are get freak out. They're getting shook over Montreal, Canada. Yeah, man. I've been catching up on some of these. I ain't done a little video on Chariots for a little while, and watching this guy. He's got his own little series now, and I remember this guy, Craig Charles, UFO Conspiracies. I remember watching him. Seeing him now, he's back. Reminds me of when he was doing his little. I just tapped in. Who is Craig Charles? He says Craig Joseph Charles is an English actor, comedian, television and radio presenter. He is best known for his roles as Dave Lister in the science fiction sitcom Red Dwarf. Now I remember watching that. That was way back in the 80s, man. Through the 80s and early 90s. This guy's in his 60s now, age 58. So and I believe he's a Jake. But Red Dwarf, he was into the science fiction then, and he's really playing a role here. In this, you see the role he was playing, Dave Lister in the science fiction sitcom Red Dwarf. And again, he's back doing this, and it seems to me like he's just playing a role. If you really want to get answers, you got to ask the brothers. And I believe he's a Jake, you know. I believe he's got that look about him. But even the spirit, I think he's one of the, I think they call him Scarsers. He's a Scarser. So I remember he goes back a little while with this guy. You know, growing up watching a lot of some of these the series Red Dwarf, and he's bringing the character into this. The character, the Red Dwarf science fiction character, he's bringing him in here, and he's asking some questions. He's not really getting to the bottom of the matter, because if he really wanted to get to the bottom of the matter, if you come across his video, you would speak to the man them on the road there, right, with the overalls on, what look like overalls to you, which are garments with the fringes, man. the Hebrew Israelites. We will tell you straight from the source, from the Bible, the source. Through the power and spirit of Yehovah Shemir and Shah, we'll tell you what is going on. Because you're asking people like astronomers. Yeah, you have some interesting people on like eyewitnesses that have seen UFOs, as you call them, which are chariots, or UAPs as you call them, which are the chariots of the Lord. Right? There is eyes, it describes them in the Bible, in Ezekiel, and also there's a lot of precepts that we can go into, but we won't hit 1 and 2. Well, really, I just want to, for people that have questions, as you saw those 2 examples there, freaking out, the woman freaking out in Canada, the young family there freaking out in Mexico. We got the source right here, and oh yeah, there's an interesting person that it also come to mind, and this is an interesting documentary because they're asking astronomers, and after speaking to an eyewitness, then you go and ask somebody a total deflector like an astronomer, and they're telling you that they're seeing lighthouses. Oh, what the people saw, or what they saw with their own eyes, it was a lighthouse, or you were seeing stars, or you were seeing comics out of the sky. So you're speaking to the right people with getting eyewitness testimonies, but then you're going to speaking to the deflectors. So you're putting it into a conspiracy, which is not a conspiracy. So are you really for the agenda? Are you really for the truth, or are you just holding up the agenda? Now, I was looking at this guy here. I remember this guy, Steve Hawkins. The spirit was on me, and it just came to my mind before I was doing this video that person, Steve Hawkins. Who is he? Who is Steve Hawkins? I remember this guy. Steve Hawkins was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, and author. At the time of his death, was directed at research on the Center of Theological Cosmology, and I'll just call him a bloody astrologer, man, or something. Astronomer, not an astrologer, an astronomer. All these flipping big words. He's an astronomer. He observes what goes on in the stars, and people worship this guy or used to, because he's dead now. He died in the 14th of March 2018. People used to worship him. He can't talk. He was literally a vegetable. Let's hear some of it. Check out. I wanted to see what he was really about. Steve Hawking was regarded as one of the most brilliant theological physicists in history. His work on the origin of structure of the universe, from the Big Bang to the black holes, revolutionized his field, while his best-selling books, have appealed to readers who may not have. You see, this man, he was just selling. He was selling you theories, theological. That's all he was selling. He wasn't giving you facts and truth. What else did it say? I want to see if I can get anything else out of it. What is Steve Hawkins most famous for? Steve Hawkins is almost synonymous with the black hole theory in popular culture. Black holes are specific regions in the space-time universe whose gravity is so strong that it doesn't let even light to escape or press through. Now that might be, there's some truth in a lot of the books he wrote. There's some truth to black hole theories, right? But he made some interesting quotes that I was checking out. He's famous for some of his quotes. This one here, when people ask him questions on aliens, because we're doing this video because people have questions, and they went to this man who can't talk, and he spoke through some computer voice computer, because he was the most. I put a curse on this man, no doubt. Atheism people, them, that's just a curse in itself. But he was cursed with no ability to speak or express himself through way of communication. He was bound he was bound to a wheelchair, what they call a cabbage. Now, this is what he said. He said, if aliens visit us, the outcome would be much as when Columbus landed in America, which didn't turn out well for the Native Americans. We only have to look at ourselves to see how intelligent life might develop into something we wouldn't want to meet. So stop going out into places where you have no business trying to find out if there's alien species. This is what he's trying to say, I think, to the astronauts, because you may not like what you see, or you may not like trying to contact aliens. You may not like the outcome. He's saying it, which could turn out well for the Native Americans. I'll read it again. If aliens visit us, the outcome would be much as when Columbus landed in America, which didn't turn out well for the Native Americans. Yeah, you know what happened to them? They was wiped out, well, or almost. Right? He says we only have to look at ourselves to see how intelligent life might develop in something we wouldn't want to meet. He was shook too. He was shook. Now I wanted to check this out as well, because he's talking about a Native American Indian. Let's look into a little bit, just a quick bit, some bullet points of what happened to the Native American Indians. He says it was estimated that between 80% and 95% of the Native Americans population died within the first 100 or 150 years of Europe contact with Americans. Those settlers that survived, together with new arrivals, began to cultivate the land, growing crops such as tobacco. So is that what's going to happen if the aliens visit you? Well, you know what? That's a pretty good quote, what he said. Pretty good quote, because the scriptures say that what's going to happen when Yahushua returns with his angels, and we're going to hit some precepts. Psalm 66, what he's going to do. Let's finish reading this. He says, the indigenous, what happened to the Indian tribes in America? The indigenous culture was fundamentally crushed, and the intergenerational inheritance of the indigenous lives and spirits was under severe threat. The slaughter, forced relocation, cultural assimilation, and unjust treatment in the United States committed against American Indians have constituted to facto genocide. There you have it, genocide. And we know that could be another video, but we know what that means. The destruction of a people, a destruction of a nation. And you say it right, the word genocide, which I might go into that word in another video a little bit deeper and bring out the necessary precepts. But it didn't happen. Yahushua didn't want it to happen, but there was prophecy had to be fulfilled. So this guy here, yeah, all right, he did get me back doing videos on chariots, but really people want the true answers. People want the correct answers. They don't want theories. They don't want, oh, we're doing a bit more investigating. We're doing the investigating and we want to, or just UFOs, which is an unidentified flying object. They don't want that. They don't want that answer. We got answers. Let's hit some precepts, and we're gonna answer what this guy also said. Stephen Hawkins. He weren't wrong. This is what's gonna happen when the chariots return. Psalm 68 and 70 says the chariots of. As a matter of fact, let's hit it. Psalm 68 and 17. I'm not just gonna quote it. I'm gonna get in and read the whole precept. Psalm 68 and 17. Right? Because we go to the source to give you the answers. Psalm 68 and 17 says, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and the Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. Right? And you are astronauts. There's documentaries on the astronauts being up there in space and calling them. They say we have an angel. They call them angels. They've said it out of their own mouth. So the elite and all the high people like what's his name, Ben Groot, what's his name, he was a high Norman Bigron, that's his name. He had a high pass, within 25 people was only allowed to have a high entry pass. He was a high level well, he actually does research and studies the Saturn and the Saturn ring. If you know of him, check up about him. But he had a pass of only 25 people. It was a high level what they call Area 51, them type of people, and you have to have a pass to be able to belong to that group of people. And when the woman asked him what he saw, because they really see things. Oh, again, in that conspiracy, Craig Charles UFO conspiracies, they're speaking to certain people, and certain people are saying like Nick Pope, and they're asking him questions like, oh, what do you know? And he's saying, well, we can only say so much. There's certain things we can't disclose. We rather not. And they can only say so much. So a lot of these people like Nick Pope, Norman Bigron, can only say so much. But what he said, it's well known now that they said they saw these tall aliens, no shorter than 7 feet, and they were black. And he said dark. The woman said dark. No, he said black. They were black. So they know more than what they're letting on to, right? So these are the chariots of the Lord. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and the Lord is among them in Mount Sinai. Right, man. And we hit another precept in Isaiah 66. Because people have questions, as when you watch that documentary. If you see that documentary, the conspiracy, Craig Charles conspiracy, you're gonna see, as we just saw them couple of clips there, the reaction is very similar. People are shook, but they're going to the wrong source. You're going to the wrong source to get the answers. Talk to the Hebrew Israelites, brothers. And I know you're a Jake, you know, a so-called, your seed, most likely through the spirit I'm reading, goes back to the seed of Jacob. So you are an Israelite yourself. Isaiah 66 and 15, it says, behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flames of fury, of fire. For by fire and by the sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Right, man. So yeah, the slain of the Lord shall be many, and he is angry. Yeah, to answer the questions out there, they're not conspiracy theories. They're not what you call, well, they are unidentified flying objects, but to us who are in the know, because we go to the source through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yeshua, which is the Bible, yeah, and that's where we get the answers. That's where we give people the answers. It's all there. It's all written. And let's hit on one more precept. Let's go to Revelation 1 and 7. because you got Yahushua gonna come back the way he left us. Yahushua, which you people call Jesus, right? In the Hebrew he saves, he delivers. He delivers. He saves, right? And you people call him Jesus, but his name is in the Hebrew Yahushua. So behold, Revelation chapter 7, 1 and 7 says, behold, he cometh with the clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Right, man. So yeah, if you want to get the answers, people are shook, and rightly so. Rightly so. Let them. They should be. They should be shook. Rightly so. Let's check this end of the video now. Yeah, this is these are people giving eyewitnesses, and you can't deflect, you can't deny what people see. All you phenomenons, all you science fiction people or astronomers trying to deflect the truth, you can't deflect the truth. You can't tell a man what he saw he didn't see. People know what they saw. Telling people that they see lighthouses or comets in the sky. People know what they see.
¿Eso, güey?
Eso no es un avión.
Sí, es.
¿Qué es esa madre, güey?
Es un avión, güey.
¡Sara!
Y no es, cabrón, si no te hace ruido.
¡No,
No mames, si no hace ruido, cabeza.
¡Ven a verlo!
Ya te hace ruido.
De las 9.
Ya está haciendo ruido, güey.
Ahí está. Es un avión, coño.
¿Ves?
Sí, es de lucecitas.
No mames, no es avión, ¿cómo es avión de tamaño, hijo de puta? No mames.
Sí, es altísimo, coño.
No, güey, no es avión, esa madre. No chingues. La mía no tiene luz hacia los lados, coño.
Es por la, ¿cómo se llama?
¿Por qué está prendiendo azul?
People are shook, people are scared, rightly so. Yahushua gonna return. We just looked at it in Revelation. They have a right to be, and he gonna come back and he's angry and gonna treat these people the way the wicked should be treated, man. I'm gonna read it again and then we'll end up the video. Isaiah 66 and 7 and 15 says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with the flames of fire.
Alright, the lights is off. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try to... What the fuck is going on right now? What? This is the second one.
Huh? Yes, what's going on? That's what's going on. Come on now, what's going on?
Alright, the lights is off. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try to... What the fuck is going on
Right, man. People are shook, and rightly so. Thus saith the scriptures. You're going to return, and he's not going to meet you as a man. Isaiah 47 and 3. And he's angry. People are shook. It's on to the next one. We out.